Gentlemen, I hope this is going to be a quick video. Daisy just repaired my shoes again. But this is a cost of living in the Philippines. This is the truth. I just bought this machine, you know, 10,000 pesos. There were 27 separate and individual problems with this machine, and now the wand blew apart. The inside of the wand blew apart, and it has to be brazed, which I don't have brazing equipment. But now I'm going to talk to you about the hotel update. We have had, because of equipment failure, I just bought new locks. They don't work. They're brand new. It took me 15 minutes to get the key out of the lock. So this cost of living video is to tell you people that are going to move to the Philippines, the only thing you can buy is Chinese products, and they don't work. They rust, which is why I had to repaint all of the fittings on this machine. This chassis did not allow this pulley and this pulley to align right, because the slots that are on the bottom were not big enough to move the motor and the pump in a configuration where the pulleys line up. Not possible. I had to regrind the slots. Now, the hotel update, you people want me to sit here on YouTube and answer your questions about the Philippines. And I was happy to do so while I was still earning money through YouTube and Google. But they have decided to remove all profit from all independent video creators. Steve Montelli made a video about this yesterday, saying that they took monetization off of his video and then they put it back on. But what's the difference? They don't play the ads. So just because they put the $sign back up doesn't mean you're going to have ads playing. I have 535 videos I complained about that they took the demonetized. I complained. They put the AdSense back on and the $sign back up, but the ads don't play. So 65–70% of my original profits from 6 months ago are gone because they're not playing ads on videos that they even approved to play ads on. So now I set up a Patreon account, Daisy and I. We post a video almost every day on Patreon. If you want to see the updates, which are now basically about machine and equipment repair, because the machine had several catastrophic failures, including this radiator. The radiator chassis fell out. Then the radiator was sitting on bare, raw, rusted metal, and then it cracked the whole bottom of the radiator out, which I'm repairing, which in order to repair that, where's the torch, honey? The blowtorch? In order to, what? Outside the torch. In order to repair the radiator, I had to dig out, where is it, outside? I had to dig out an old blowtorch from a box I had that I was going to just use as antiques and rebuild this valve system and take this apart. And there's a plunger in there with a one-way check valve, and I had to free this up and get this free. It was solid. Now I got it working perfectly. But in order to fix the radiator, it took me 3 hours to make a blowtorch rework, which I could have just brought the radiator into the city and paid 300 pesos in the city, 300 pesos back out of the city, worked there for 2 or 3 hours. Instead, I spent 3 hours to repair the blowtorch, and I will do the repair right here, which will be an update. Now, the other problem, we had other catastrophic failures. We had the chassis here, gone. 90% of all the metal on the chassis is gone. So I had to make new chassis brackets, and I have to make a new rubber boot for the bottom. The reason that you're seeing all this out, you couldn't see light through the radiator. There was no way for air to get through the radiator. Now you might be able to see light through it, but there is a clear shot for air to go through the radiator. And the reason for that is the water pump that was over here, the bottom bolts leaked water into the motor, and the crankcase was full right up to here with water, with oil and water mixed. That was one catastrophic failure. Second catastrophic failure is that the oil was leaking back out of the bolt hole and spraying on the alternator, which was over here, which was 100% packed with oil, which turned into like a tar type of grease, and then the alternator melted. So the windings are melted on the alternator. There's no way to repair it. I'm going to replace the diodes and see if I can put new Gliptol or varnish on the part that's melted and see what happens. And here is what's left of the alternator. At this point, it's clean. I have new diodes inside this paper. I need to get brushes. I have to bring the brush package to the city. So, and now we're getting back to my subscriber base. Some people have said they're going to unsubscribe because we're not posting videos on YouTube. What is the point, I would ask you? So if you want to see a daily update, at this point most of the videos are about the machine equipment repair. Then you can become a Patreon member. If you don't, then unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Some guy threatened that he was going to unsubscribe. I'm going to unsubscribe to you. Thanks for your videos. Well, thank you for watching. But now that it has not become profitable, it's not any fun anymore. This was never meant to be a business, but if it's going to take 100 hours of my life each month, I should earn money from my time. If you don't think that I deserve to have money, or Steve Montelli, or Ricky Valdez, or a Brit in the Philippines, or Carl, a Brit in the Philippines, or any of the other vloggers, if you don't believe that we should make money, well, you're all number one. Number one, baby. Don't watch. You spend more money on cigarettes while you're watching the videos than the $3 minimum Patreon account pledge. You can become a $10 a month Patreon, and then I will answer any questions that you have in writing. You can become a $20 Patreon member, and I will Skype with you and tell you really what it's like to live in the Philippines, because everybody has to sugarcoat their videos in the Philippines. Otherwise, you have all these millennial snowflakes from America, from Europe, and from the Philippines. Well, if you don't like it, then leave. You know what? I don't like the idea that I walk into a store and I buy something and it doesn't work, and when I bring it back to the store, they say no returns. That's what I don't like. And I haven't had this machine. I did paint it, but I also spent 9 hours repairing it within the last, and I used it for 15 hours. So for the first 15 hours, I spent 9 hours upgrading it. I don't like that. But that's what you got to do in the Philippines. So this cost of living is to basically tell you, if you want to see my updates, you can become a Patreon member, number one. Number two, if you don't like my videos, unsubscribe. There you go. Those are the two most important things you should get from this video. Daisy and I work real hard. Come here, honey. Daisy and I work real hard to get these videos uploaded, posted. I buy equipment. I buy tab phones. I buy cards. I buy electric. I buy everything to make these videos happen. And you people don't want to spend $3 a month? If you're too cheap, I said, cheap, to spend $3 a month to watch our videos, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe now.